I know we both use the Pomodoro Technique. What is it and how can it help us?
Beautiful. And yeah, with this technique, there's certain reasons why this works, and there's also things that you can improve upon this specific technique, which can be specific for each person. So essentially, this Pomodoro technique is a time management method that uses small breaks with focused work, and you build that up over a period of time. Essentially, when you look at this neurologically wise, taking focused work, small break, it naturally helps you upload that information which you just learned into some of the deeper brain cortexes, and it's easier for recall as well. So with some of these, I know I use some of this like in school, and we'll get into certain specifics, but it actually works quite well. So it was actually early adopted by a person named Francisco Cirillo in the late 1980s. It's pretty much he used this small kitchen timer to help for his procrastination. And what he started noticing with even later research that it helps optimize your time. So what it is, when you first start off at least using this technique, it's about 25 minutes of work known as a Pomodoro, and then you take a 5-minute break. You repeat that anywhere from 2 to 4 sessions of 25-minute work intervals, and then after about 2 to 4 sessions, you would want to take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. So it prolongs it there. So I think once you get to a certain amount of smaller breaks, your brain can only handle so much information at one time.
So basically it's 25-minute, 5-minute break.
Yep.
Repeat about 2 to 4 times and then just take a longer break.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and with these longer breaks, I would definitely suggest adding in movement,
Yes.
even the smaller breaks as well. That's where I would go into either yoga nidra or just a deep relaxation, like meditative state. Because we're noticing with research, if you get into these early stages of deep relaxation, it helps for upload and understanding and recall of memory and information as well. So
awesome.
that'd be a really good way that you can implement it there.
Check out our past podcasts. I think the office worker one had some good ones. Can't remember what other we had for micro breaks, but
Oh, there's a few
yeah,
here and there.
but I do think even planning out your breaks, thinking of what to do on the micro breaks. 5 minutes may not seem like a lot of time, but I promise
Yes.
you can get a lot done body-wise, health-wise in those breaks, and that can help improve your day, optimize your day.
So much so that they're even finding in research, even in 2024, that it helps with cognitive events, recall, even just your attention control with understanding these time periods and what you're trying to learn. But let's say, for example, and I know we probably fall in this time slot to where if I'm trying to focus on one thing for 25 minutes, I'm able to stay longer in that focus work. So it's even saying that you can even work into 50 or even hour-long focus work time slots and then take maybe a little longer break of 10 minutes.
Sure. So there's variance, obviously, with each person, I'm sure.
Yes.
Right away, if you aren't used to taking breaks, this is probably a good place to start.
Yes.
But if you can figure out a way to stay more dialed in, I do think 25 minutes for me, I would blow by that.
Same.
I don't know if I could do 25, and I'm just thinking that even other jobs, salespeople who make 300 calls a day, they probably have to stay dialed in for a good amount of time.
Yes.
And then break. But some salespeople out there, I'm sure, watching this are like, I can't take breaks. And I get it. I get that you do feel like those breaks are going to prevent you from staying on top of the sales list, all that. But to what's the word I'm thinking of? Sacrifice.
Yes.
Eventually, these types of activities add up, and making sure that you aren't burnt out after working this job for how long. These micro breaks are a way to stay on top of your brain and stay on top of your health, so you're not feeling overwhelmed, burdened. The research is there. It really is.
Yeah, it's pretty much working smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
And long term, if you work hard enough, your body will break down, your mind will break down, anxiety, depression will ensue. It's just a natural human state. Yes, you might be one of the outliers where you can push it off for years on end, but I know we've both seen the results of that, and
Yeah.
tried it. Tried pushing through it, and regardless, you're gonna need that.
I break a lot, but it's a productive break. I'd almost call it a cue for more creative work.
Ooh, I love that.
And I'll go and I'll walk around the clinic. I'll make sure everything is cleaner. I'll make sure that people are still doing what they're doing. I'll check on providers, So it's not that I'm just breaking for being on my phone. I use that as an excuse to stand up, move, but also, again, being productive and checking on things. So there are definitely, again, ways to build into your breaks and still be productive and have it be successful for you.
I love that. So let's say you're going to have to spend some deep work, or maybe you're a writer, you're just an office worker. It doesn't matter. If you know you're going to have to either sit for longer periods of time or get a task done that might take a long period of time, start thinking in the back of your mind, what other small things do you also need to get done that can maybe take less than 2 minutes? Keep those as a subsequent, either in a small list off to the side. So when you're doing this and you get to like that mental fatigue, get up, move, try either, if you want to be productive, clear out those small tasks, try to move around, and then come back into it.
I love that. Let us know if that works well for you. Let us know what you guys have been doing breaks-wise, and if you need any advice or help, let us know.
One that Hermosi has used, and it's not as much technology as it is like just putting your phone in a box with a timer on it. Because with the main distractor for most of us being our phones or technology of some sort, if you can eliminate that temptation from grabbing your phone so you're able to get into this focus work, that's another really good tool.
He also does what I would call like a varied Pomodoro technique, where he has these small little timers now that he can just crank and turn up like 2 minutes all the way to 30 or 40 or 50. And he'll just guess how long he thinks it's going to take to get a task done. So he'll turn it to 17 minutes, click, and they're just focused on it. Time is up. If they're right around the time that they finish it, he's perfect. If they feel like they need more time, then they'll give themselves more time. But they just constantly try to predict how long it'll take to finish something, so they try to stay more on task. And the hold yourself to 25 minutes, take a break, it's like that. It's also, I don't know, it's like his own thing. I don't know. It was something that encouraged me enough to start trying to track how I am planning and doing things and getting things done. So I'll look at the time, I'll say, okay, it's 4:43. I'm going to get the rest of these notes done by 5 p.m. And if I'm not, then I'm going to do something different. I'm going to try to be more efficient after that. And then when I come back to it, I'm going to try to get the rest done at a certain time. Again, just practicing how I feel like. But if I don't get anything done in that time, I got distracted or like something like that, then I need to figure out a way how to manage that. So what I found too is I'll tell my staff, I'll be like, okay, I'm doing this. Don't come talk to me. And I'll text them. And I'll be like, this is what I'm going to try to get done. So in the mornings, everyone's ready to rush to you for questions to get the day started. It's perfect. It's great. But let's say I have an hour that I want to just crush things for the first morning. I'll be like, all right, nobody talk to me. Nobody come to me. I'm going to do this for the first hour. You'll talk to me after that. And it does help create more efficiency. I can get things done. I'm not distracted. It is, you got to be creative. You got to be creative, get things done. With your kids, if you've been talking to them and say, hey, go watch this movie for an hour. I'm going to get things done. I don't know. I'm just thinking off of the cuff, but I know that there are ways that you can become more efficient just by being creative.
I love how you communicate with your staff on that. And there's a good way and a bad way to do it. Obviously, be respectful. They understand.
I don't yell at them and say, don't come talk to me, of course. I say, look, I'm going to try really hard to get this done. If you have things that are important, please bring them to me. But until then, I just have you respect that. And they understand.